Hey, it's Jason, your aspiring YouTuber. I've been pretty quiet lately, I know, but today's an exciting day. I got some new YouTube gear. My DJI Nano is here. A little tiny camera. I think it's gonna be huge for my video productions. Let's go get it. All right, Amazon dropped it off. I paid 400 and some odd bucks for this guy. The DJI Osmo Nano. Now, why did I get this? I've been using my DJI Pocket 3 a lot more lately, and I really like the video quality over my GoPro. But I need something where I can clip to a hat, hook to a vehicle to give me that B-roll footage that I want. So this is primarily going to be used for B-roll footage. Now, as I've been shooting more and more video, B-roll footage has become more and more important. So it's going to primarily be used for that B-roll footage, but I think it would be really good if I'm doing a project and can clip it to my hat or something like that. Now, I had to buy this on Amazon. You cannot buy it direct from DJI, and it's kind of like when you buy it, you're buying it on the gray market. So let's look at everything I got here. It comes with the stickers like all the DJI products, some customer support information. But this is the little guy. Oh, that's kind of cool if it really just hooks like that. Let's get this unpackaged and take a look. All right, so this is the camera. You can see just how small this little guy is. I think it has a magnet built into it. So you can literally just like hook this to the side of a vehicle as it's parked and do things, but it comes with lots of different clips as well. That's pretty awesome. Now, you can't charge this directly. You have to put it back on this like little dock, I think they call it, like a activity pod or something like that. So this is the little base, and I think it just goes on. And that's how you actually be charging it. But the cool thing, it has a screen. So, you know, you could hook this up as a really small camera for vlogging and everything. And then when you charge it, it's going to be right in here. Let's see what's in this guy back here. So that's your USB-C charging port. I got the, I think it's 128 gig model is what I got. So the battery is like built in as well as the memory, as I understand it, but it looks like you can put a micro memory card in there. But so once it's docked, you basically hook these on each side and it just comes out. So then you just line it up, clasp it on, push them in, comes off. So you have to make sure you push those buttons in. So the camera battery is showing 76%. Let's go through the setup. Okay, so I'm activating it now that I've logged into my account. I'm super pumped for this. I was looking at the Insta360 version, but everybody said the video quality is better on this, and I like that it will hook to my mic. So start shooting. Oh, it's gonna download some updated firmware, it looks like. So let's let that run. So as the firmware is going, you know, it talks about the magnetic mount and how to use that. It talks about the camera button up here on top. It talks about the press and hold to power on and off. So on and off right there. You also have it right there if it's not on this dock. Touchscreen operation. The covers, open the cover at the bottom of the multifunctional vision dock. So they call this the vision dock. Micro SD card is recommended. Okay. So let's see what else came in the box. So I did the 128 gig because I thought it was like built-in memory, but I'm willing to bet you can add more memory on this little dock versus when it's standalone, because when it's just standalone, that's all you're going to get. You can't charge it, you can't do anything. So whatever you buy, the 128 gig is built in here, and I presume I can just add more here. Okay, so in the box, I got this guy. It's like it looks like it's just a cover for it. The hat clip, so this will basically clip on like that, and then you can clip that onto your hat. So that was included in this standard kit. The lanyard, which you just kind of hook it by way of a magnet to it, and you can wear it around your neck. And then a USB-C charging cable. Now you can see I've got it already hooked to the app, which is awesome. But it's saying again, firmware update. So let's go ahead and say install and let that firmware now get installed. Okay, so right now I have the camera just in my office. This little guy is pretty dang impressive. I'm going to move this so we don't get too jittery on the camera here. So you have a few options. You can hook this up to any of these mounts, the suction cup, the hat. I even bought a book bag clip. It will go on the arm of the book bag. And as standalone, it will only charge if you hook it to the dock. This has, I bought the 128 gigabyte unit, so it has 128 gigabyte onboard storage. If you want to expand this, you can certainly use this micro SD port, and that will expand the memory when it's hooked to this, and this is actually how you charge it, so it has battery, so it will extend the battery life as well. The cool thing is, as this camera is on, you can be charging this. So this is exactly what you're going to get here. So imagine if I wanted to put this on like a car, I can just stick it like right under the hood and just get good video as I'm doing it. I mean, you can see here, right, you know, it's just so small. It's awesome from that perspective. For B-roll, I can hook this. I can be like, oh, look, I'm getting ready to get in my car to do a drive. Okay, let's hook this bad boy up. I have it hooked into the suction. And then I can just basically, you know, put this right on a windshield, just like that. And away I go. I can get all kinds of cool angles based on that. Tap that on the sides. You can pull it out. It has a bit of a magnet, so you can feel a grab. Green light means it's on. Red light means it is recording. So I'm going to install this little shock case. Oh, to cut it off, I just press and hold it till it beeps like that. Now it's completely off, but I'm going to go ahead and put it in this guy because this is just like an extra protection for it. And then you can push that in and away you go. The camera has 75%, the dock has 15%. And then the lanyard gizmo, how does this work here? It looks like there's multiple ways that you can hook it. I think this is just one big magnet, honestly. And I think you can just, yeah, you can just kind of hook it however you want. And I assume if you're doing vertical shoots, you would just do it like that and just kind of wear it. All right, so enough of me yapping. I love this little camera so far. I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna test it and I'm gonna show you how I'm hooking it up and then give you the actual video quality, but it's an expensive little gizmo. I don't think I would probably use this completely for filming. This is really just gonna supplement me for what I'm doing. I mean, it truly is gonna become that little additional B-roll camera, whether it's on my hat with the clip you know, and then it would basically just be sitting like that on a hat, whether it's around my neck on the lanyard, which is, you know, oh look, I want to, you know, wear this when I'm out, you know, just to have it hooked. You can see it can hook just like that. Not a bad idea, you know, just to get that constant stream of video, and then I can clip out and post what I need. Okay, I'm fully charged with this little guy now. I'm gonna cut it on. And then what I want to figure out is, can I get it to sync with my DJI current mic? Okay, so I was going in the right spot. You go down, you go to wireless, you go to mic, and you click this, and it says power on and go and pair. I have a feeling it may not pair to this one. Oh, it did. Look at that. Just like that. Okay, there's a few things that I want to test out. The hat clip. But what I just realized with the little docking station, which I think is going to be super, super handy, it will pick up video as you're walking around with this. So even though I just have the Nano separated, the screen will still show what's on the video. So it's right here on the truck, and I'm backing up. And this gives you a good idea. It still doesn't seem to have any latency at all. Yeah, I mean, I'm all the way over at the truck, at the house, and it's still picking up. So you can see just how far I'm going, and this little Nano is still showing on the screen. So that's super handy, because if I have this thing like in the car and I'm driving, I could just have this in like the cup holder and actually see what the video looks like. So I think that's kind of a cool feature. And you can see here, this is where I have the little Nano ad, just sitting right there. Okay, so let's take the Nano off. Let's hook it to the hat clip. After all, that's why I'm wearing a hat. It just push the sides in, hook it up, take the hat off, put the hat right on it. Gives you quite the clip. And you can see you can kind of adjust the angle of it. Let's put the hat back on. And like, it doesn't really feel that heavy at all. And the cool thing is, I can just keep this in my pocket, you know? And as I'm walking around, boom, I'm getting some good video. So I just like, oh, let me just see what I'm looking at. Okay, yeah, this still looks good. I'm gonna keep on walking, and this is great for point of views at car shows. This is a very common scenario for my primary YouTube channel. And what I love is I can still take this little screen and I can say, can you see it? I'm gonna hit record. So it's recording right now based on the position of it on my hat. So if I'm working on something, you get that exact view right here. I'll flash up some video and show you. But this is the exact view that you'll get, which, I mean, that's just fantastic as you're doing things on the vehicle. Absolutely love this. So it's recording right now based on the position of it on my hat. So if I'm working on something, you get that exact view right here. I'll flash up some video and show you. But this is the exact view that you'll get, which, I mean, that's just fantastic as you're doing things on the vehicle. Absolutely love this. So I got to admit, just having the Nano on my hat, this quite possibly could be like one of my favorite features right now, because it's not that heavy. I've had apparatuses for my GoPro, and you would just fill them. This, I don't see it, I don't really notice it, I'm just kind of doing my thing. Oh look, I want to take a quick video. Boom, I can take a quick video, and away I go. Boom, I can take a quick video, and away I go. I think more of like a spectrum view. It would be like a side angle, because my other camera is typically what I'm using to look outside. So let's just push this on. Suctions so easily. That's, oh yeah, that's nice. And then what you can do is you can look at that little screen and make sure it's the angle that you want. Okay, so I have it recording. No mic. This is just using the built-in microphone. I am not using a mic. I'm going to set the little screen just right up there so I can see what's happening as I drive. So a good example would be if I'm like chasing a classic car. I always like to kind of have different angles, and I'll probably have a camera facing outside, and then I'll have a camera facing inside. So you could suction this to face outside. You can suction it to be inside, just like I'm doing. We're gonna test the audio and just see how it goes. But I like how discreet this little camera is. So generally, I'll be like, oh, I'm going to look at this car, I'm talking about the car, and people just don't want a view of me. They want to see what's ahead of me, they want to see a different angle. So I'm always wanting 2 or 3 cameras on these. So this could be facing outward, it could just be like I'm doing here, facing me as I drive. Looking at the screen, perfect. Let's go ahead and drive into the shopping center, and then we'll face it, we'll turn it around and give you that perspective. All right, I'm gonna park, flip the Nano around. Okay, so I had the Nano flipped around so I can get a really good perspective of like me driving. This would be super cool if you're doing a race car or something and have it hooked to your helmet. Look at this cool 59 MG over here. That's a pretty cool little car that they have. So what a cool perspective this gives. I've never had a camera that would give me quite that perspective as I drive. So I'm digging this. And like when I'm turning my head, you can see everything. What an interesting perspective. How have I not had a nano camera up to this point in all of the YouTubing? It's like true point of view. In terms of it being hot, the screen isn't hot, the dock and the camera's not hot at all. So that's good news. All right, I drove with it, I've used the magnet, I've had it hooked to my hat. Let me tell you right now, this camera is going to be pretty game-changing for the type of videoing I do. I filmed in 1080p, I filmed in 4K, it gave me that true point of view, so I'm absolutely in love with it. I think it is expensive, no doubt. I'm not going to lie about that. And it's small. Expensive, small, got to be careful you don't lose it. But if you need good B-roll footage or just want footage as you're kind of going through a car show, looking at cars or anything like that, this absolutely could become just what you're looking for. I'm based in the US. I cannot buy this on DJI's website. It's kind of in the gray market. I got it on Amazon and it showed up in a day. This is Jason. Hey, it's Jason. Thanks for watching. I hope that you appreciate this update. And sorry I haven't gave you an update recently. Jams.net, my channel, has been keeping me super busy. But I recommend this, and it is definitely going to become an important piece of my YouTube gear.